down on the ground, but I haters be jealous, cause I do right in their minds. In their minds, swear with me, boy, don't go right in their minds. Come on, every boy, there's a fight in their minds.
Magmula po dito sa Rizal Memorial Football Stadium, kinagagalak po namin ihatid sa inyo ang inyong Philippines Football League 2024. We continue with the second match of this Sunday triple header mula po dito sa RMS. At ito nga, ang tunggalian ng United City Football Club going up against Stallion Laguna FC. Levi Verora on the call alongside Claro Manzano, and at pitch side Naj Miravalles, as we bring you another great challenge here on the part of Stallion, who sabihin na natin, Claro, pretty much in contention for that major piece of silverware which they have been eyeing so elusive kasi para sa kanila over the past decade.
Tama nga. Also, when you talk about United City FC, similar to Stallion Laguna FC, medyo outside looking in mathematically. Bakit? Kasi nag-drop sila ng points. You drop points already, so lahat ng mga games nila must win here. Number 3 Stallion going up against number 6 United City FC.
And punta nga tayo sa league table para mas maintindihan natin bakit must win yung mga laban na ito for both United City and Stallion. And kung mapapansin natin, Claro, Stallion number 3 right now in the league table on the strength of 19 points. Samantala, United City not far behind at all, and they have the advantage of playing less games, 15 points here. So definitely must win for them.
Tama. When you look at the perspective dito sa Stallion Laguna FC, they drew 1 game and they lost 1. So, compute natin sa puntos or points. They lost 5 points. Yung United City naman, 2 losses, so they lost 6 points already. Kaya kita nga natin lamang yung Kaya FC at Dynamic Herb Cebu. So, keep the pressure up dun sa top 2. Keep winning, and you could potentially keep your title hopes alive.
And talking about United City FC, ito yung kanilang 3 previous matches. And ang tingnan natin dyan yung nasa pinakaitaas, their previous match against Dynamic Herb Cebu FC. Just last week, it was a 2-1 loss for them. Sayang yon dahil tabla yung laro na yon for most of the match. Pero nakaisa yung Cebu towards the end, spoiling yung sayang na draw sana para hati sila tig 1 point.
Tama nga, Mark Hartman gave us a wonder goal, but sadly nga naging 2-1 Cebu, continuing to make their home a fortress. So dito sa perspective of United City FC, you do not want to lose 2 straight. Natalo ka na to Cebu recently, and in the first game or opener nila of the season, nag-drop ng points kaagad versus Kaya. So no more losing here also, because you want to keep up the pressure again, as we said, yung title hopes alive. And when we refer to their defense, sino magsa-step up? Because kita nga natin, medyo work in progress pa sila. There's more that we can see from this UCFC defense.
We did see some of the defenders kanina dun sa frame na iyon, like Mike Menzi, and dumako naman tayo sa Stallion Laguna. Ang kagandahan dito for Stallion, hindi pa nila nakakalaban yung Kaya at Cebu. Let's take a look at some of their recent results. Ang titingnan naman natin dito yung pangatlo doon sa ilalim. That was a sorry loss for them against Davao Aguilas UMAC. 1-0, that kind of made them drop points. But obviously at number 3, they're still pretty much in the running for that title.
Tama nga, Stallion establishing another winning streak. They lost that game versus Davao Aguilas UMAC. So Coach Ernie doing Coach Ernie things, firing his boys up. 2 straight wins now. Will they make it 3? And tandaan nga natin, Junior Sam will be getting a start. Yung second leading scorer nila with 8 goals this season. Mind you, limited yung mga minutes niya, madalas off the bench. So how will this work for him with a start? But we'll get with the other names also eventually sa mga lineups nila or key players.
Ang isang titingnan natin dito is wala nga itong si Finn McDaniel. And for more on that, let's turn you over to our pitch side reporter, Naj Miravalles, who has more. Naj?
Thank you, Clara and Levi. Coming from a loss last week in Cebu, Coach Ramon Tribuliech treats this as a good eye-opener for the team because even though they started with great energy, they were hurt in the second half the moment Dalton Dega was replaced because he got 2 yellow cards. Coach said they should be able to adapt to these kinds of situations and be better decision makers, especially up against a team like the Stallions who have no plans of slowing down or losing any point from here on out. Kaya though without Finn, Coach Ernie is not worried about their offense but is working extra hard on their defense, especially in the coming games. Gentlemen.
just moments away from march in and other pleasantries. So we'll turn you over to the pitch view for now as we are about ready for march in.
Yung ilaw pwede.
The teams of United City FC and Stallion Laguna FC.
As we see both squads run through the handshake, Stallion Laguna FC on your screens in their hot pink and white. Yun namang United City FC sa kabila in their black with the white font on their logo and numbers. And let's just take a look in just a short while. Of course, yung starters for both teams, but let's take a look at the match officials. First, of course, the top official is Meliton Pilayo, assisted by Relly Balila and Paul Galicia. The fourth official is Timothy De Castro, and also your match commissioner is Richard Ganaban. Referee assessor is Ray Ritaga. And on your screen, Claro, for the first time starting in a long while is the veteran, Mr. Stallion Laguna himself, Mr. Ruben Balot Doctora.
The man, the legend, no? It's been some time since we got to see Balot start at bilang captain dito sa Stallion Laguna FC. As we look at the lineup, no, Levi, kita nga natin si Ngukam, yung lead man sa opensa ng UCFC with 9 goals so far, and yung mga playmakers nila, sila Paulo Bugas and Mark Hartman. Let's see how they will be able to fare, no? Si Hartman with 5 assists so far, or with 5 assists, correct, so far in this campaign for them. Siya yung isang lead man nila alongside Paulo Bugas who has 6. And tanda natin si Nur Hidayat, yung anchor nila sa depensa. Let's see, sino ang magsusuporta kay Nur Hidayat, who is a former Indonesia U22 international player. And we'll get into more detail with that later, yung storya niya.
A 4-1-4-1 here for United City FC. Dumako naman tayo sa Stallion. Ito na nga ang itsura ng kanilang starting 11. Anong nakikita natin dito, Claro, in the absence of Finn McDaniel?
So si Junior Sam, yung starter nila, number 2 in their team this season with 8 goals to his name. Limited yung minutes niya. Tandaan natin, madalas off the bench siya. And key players, of course, si Abe Placito, si Mr. Incredible, nakalagay, playing up front. But let's see how they'll sort that out later kasi holding midfielder talaga siya. Tapos si Ciriliano, as we know, ay Argentina or former Argentina youth international who brings in a lot of experience, as we see Balot Doctora pictured, and Hartman will kick off the match.
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, United City FC going up against Stallion Laguna FC. Magandang hapon po sa kanilang lahat. Live po tayo from the Rizal Memorial Football Stadium. This is Philippines Football League 2024 action. Levi Verora on the call alongside Claro Manzano and at pitch side, Naj Miravalles. Anong titingnan natin dito sa dalawang koponan na ito at the very beginning, the first few minutes as this match unfolds?
In the very beginning, you want to start strong already. Kita nga natin dito yung ginagawa ng United behind Ngukam. There's a reason why siya ang leading scorer nila.
That is a great point, and now they go to Limbo from the left side. The lob inside, pero yung depensa ng Stallion nandoon agad. Second ball, hindi pa tapos ang sequence na ito. 2 deflections right away for Stallion. And Coach Ernie talking about the defense here more than the offense. Yun nga yung mas concern niya for this match because they can't afford to lose this game or kahit tabla lang. And as you saw, 3 deflections right away for them.
And there you see, yung gustong gawin ng UCFC is start strong already, not give chances to Stallion, but in that process already, kita nga natin, umaatake na yung Laguna, and it's understandable given that these are 2 high-level teams. And a good afternoon to our friend Finn McDaniel, who was watching from Dubai. He is in the Philippine men's national team camp. Shout out to you, Finn.
So that's the reason, of course, bakit wala si Finn. No? He's not really injured. He's just that good. Kaya wala siya ngayon dito. And kung mapapansin natin, klaro, it's a 3-4-3 for Stallion. So pwede nating sabihin na, okay, the defense might have some problems. Pero yung dalawa naman doon sa 4 sa gitna, pwedeng bumaba when it's a defensive possession for them.
Tama. And do note, mahalaga yung mga holding midfielders nila dito in this game.
As Sam has an attempt inside, it takes a deflection. Maagang pagkakataon for Stallion. I believe that was Schaffner with a cutback to Sam and then the attempt.
Great stuff, no? There mula kay Christian Sea-Dog Schaffner. And he's been able to keep his starting spot despite of Stallion loading up with players.
Last minute interference from Kofi Bini doon sa loob ng kahon, and that's what really prevented Junior Sam from having that vantage point na bukang-buka. But now they get it back to him. Flag stays down. Sam will try to recover this. And he does. And now Schaffner again. The lob inside. Will it connect? Gathered eventually by Henry Bantekenfong, who targets itong si Hartman right away, but they throw it away.
Tama nga yung intention dun from Bandeken. But when you see from Bini, great communication, great understanding with Henry Bandeken. Sa pangalan pa lang, fan favorite na rin. Alam naman ng mga Pinoy fans.
Hindi po ito yung Bini na P-pop group, ha, but rather one of the defenders here for United City. Play continues, but a man is down.
It's Junior Sam.
Well, they don't take the ball out, so they have an advantage here. And finally, Kim Min-soo.
As we see Junior Sam, it's good he's getting back up. Understandably also, nakabanggaan siya dun. But we see here with an adjustment, si Kim Min-soo or Min-soo Kim, yung magiging holding midfielder nila. So si Abe Placito is in more of an attacking role dito. Kasi madalas nga si Placito yung holding midfielder nila.
And throughout the Copa, kung matatandaan natin, also Abe Placito, ginagamit more of a defender even. But he is that versatile.
Correct.
Pwede siyang umangat and can even facilitate. And right on cue, there he is. Gives it to the right flank this time. Junior Sam, now he's okay. Lobs it, but straight to the midst of Bantekenfong.
And with that role nga of Placito, it's no surprise in Coach Ernie's words nung tinanong ko sa kanya. With this new role, bilang midfielder 5 assists already. And most of those, of course, were to set up Finn McDaniel. Pero wala nga si Finn, no? At Placito has shown us what he can do in that role.
Meanwhile, opensiba dito para sa United City. Limbo, will he recover? Yes, he does. Although that ball already took a deflection and eventually goes above the crossbar and out.
Muntik na disgrasya dito yung Stallion, but props to Limbo for keeping that pressure up and hoping to force a mistake. Kaya kita nga natin, Laguna escaping by the skin of their teeth. You do not want to do that because if it's any other day, makakascore yung kalaban in this perspective. United City will pounce.
That was Paolo Pavone who just sacrificed his body, sabihin na natin, staying in front of Limbo para mahirapan, and no problems that time. Inside the box once again, but Pantagan Fong is alert and quick to that ball. That was from Pickering.
Pickering no stranger dito nga sa role if he has to attack. Pero kita natin, wingback siya halos in this role because he is actually, or yung primary position niya, striker. But he's capable of playing on the wing. Madalas nga ginagamit sa depensa.
Pressure from the back here for Stallion. It pays off. They are able to get another possession here. United City nahirapang itawid yung bola from the final third. And a bit more patience now from Stallion. Ibabalik muna dito kay Alfredo Cortez, their top choice keeper for this afternoon.
Si Freddy Cortez nga talaga yung #1 ng Stallion, 4 clean sheets so far and gives them a lot of stability moving forward. Pero kita nga natin may mga games naka-concede sila, so there's no crying here, just bounce back. That's what they're doing so far.
7th minute of this match, and we already see how action-packed it is for both of these sides. Stallion Laguna, kung matatandaan natin, number 3 in the league table. United City not far behind at number 6. 4 points differential for both of these sides.
Ganun kadikit nga sila, no? We've been enjoying it so far this season. The top teams sure have been treating us.
Now, obviously, the semifinalists from the Cup last year, Kaya, Davao, Stallion, and Cebu, they are the top 4 clubs as well. Right now, nangangalahati na tayo sa ating 2024 season. And it's just a sprint, Claro. Just one round, and that's it. You play 14 matches, and kung sino yung #1 sa league table, yun na ang magwawagi nitong PFL 2024.
Tama, Levi, no? Pag league format, madalas sinasabi natin an endurance race to the title. Pero ito nagiging sprint, di ba? Because there's 14 games, there's a lot of new teams getting involved, no? And we've seen some one-sided results that pretty much showed that there's a high level here in Philippine football.
Shot from distance from Kim Min-soo, but way above the crossbar.
Lumipad din nga yung shin guard niya. He's wearing his socks low. That's definitely a matter of preference.
May halong pagmamadali doon, perhaps for Stallion.
Had some space from what I recall also. Challenge to shoot. Yun nga. Pero hindi naman home run yung bola.
Pero nahihirapan dito ang United. Muntika na doon. Lots of pressure from Stallion early on. Hartman. And that's another forced ball for them. Good thing, naka-recover, and now Sendra has it. Tatakbo ang United City. They do have the numbers. The ball will stay with them.
Christian Schaffner's been busy so far. We also see Taninko getting a start for them.
Throw in United City. Bibigay dito kay Sendra, who wears the captain's armband. Pero diretso kay Pavone once again. So nakikita natin na Paolo Pavone has one of the kumbaga bigger responsibilities as far as the defensive line is concerned for Stallion. Kasi nga, tatatlo lang sila, although you can get support from the midfield anytime. But it's primarily those 3 people who are in charge of that final line of defense.
Tama, nung wala nga si Ken Pride or he's still out due to injury. So ang na-insert si Pavone, who is actually a local player, no? So si Ken Pride din local player. And parang walang problema eh. Pag may injury yung Stallion or any suspensions, that's how deep their squad is nga dito.
Sam lost control momentarily, recovered by Ciriliano, and a foul Believe that was John Bancole. Play continues here.
And then you see Gabe Silva, one of the returning players. Big boost, no?
And we have been discussing how deep Stallion Laguna is in terms of their personnel. There's Doctora,
Turn back the clock.
who gets the start here. Pickering, and now to Placito. Here's the setup. The black shirts were there, but this possession is not over. Sam, too much defense that time for United City as they clear it. But again, too much pressure here. Pickering, the setup. And finally, Henry Bantekenfong collects. We have been talking about the personnel here, and let's send you over to Nudge Miravalles, who has more on the Finn McDaniel situation here for Stallion. Go ahead, Nudge. All right, we'll get to Nudge in just a short while.
Just some technical difficulties we're sorting out on our end.
So far in the first dozen minutes here, Claro, it's sabihin na natin 60% of the time the ball's with Stallion. Anong nakikita natin dito in terms of ball control?
They're getting possession, no? But we want to see them be more dangerous getting the ball forward kasi kita nga natin, kino-contain ng depensa ng UCFC. So, you want more sense of urgency kahit 0-0 pa rin yung score. Pile up the pressure.
And United City, napapansin nga natin, nahihirapan dalhin yung bola from final third to attacking third through the midfield. So sometimes nagdadirect sila dito. Menzi to Limbo once again. Hartman is right there, but an obvious offside call to make. Flag is up. Nauna agad ito si Hartman dun sa final line.
Oo nga, you see ito Stallion nga dictating play now that UCFC get a chance. Unfortunate here, but they'll try to grow into this game, no? Some timing or konting timing lang dun.
Kitang-kita doon sa ating replay na lumampas agad itong si Hartman. A bit of just the timing here. One of the veterans of our game in the domestic scene. And it's good to see United City back, just, challenging some of the powerhouses here, the heavyweights. They were in this position, just a couple of years ago.
Tama.
And nakikita natin, some of the holdovers are still here, Hartman, Senra, but also a combination of new players. You have Serge Caule, you have Gio Pabualan, who, after finishing his collegiate career, has continued to now be part of the domestic club football scene. So it's, sabihin na natin, a hybrid roster here for United City.
Tama, no? Then the returning goalkeeper in Matt Silva who's on the bench, as we said again, nursing his injury pero malapit na as we see her possession.
It is about 60% Stallion here. Most of the offense coming from Stallion right now, although obviously hindi pa natin nakikita mag-translate into the scoreline. 0-0 battle so far.
And just to add though, with that game of UCFC previously versus Cebu, they were a man down, no? Unfortunately, Darlton Diga was sent off. Coach pa rin tawag ko sa kanya because he's also the coach of Adamson University in the UAAP. Pero maganda pinakita nila bilang fighting spirit. Exciting games when United City plays in Cebu.
Placito once again, the setup, Pickering goes above and out.
You see Abe Placito facilitating again. Pickering just got to control that a little bit.
Yun na lang kung paano talaga i-establish yung contact with the foot. But mapapansin nga natin, nabanggit mo Claro, Abe Placito, one of the tallest players on the field and the league in general. Yung vantage point niya lang from the middle, talagang it's much easier for him to facilitate.
And to add also, no, he brings a great amount of size and could use his physicality against yung mga players, no?
Difficult time for the opposing midfield when Placito is on the field. Still Stallion here. Kim, however, yung intended target doon wasn't ready. Ends up with Limbo once again. Good 1-2. Menzi, flag is down. Tuloy-tuloy tayo rito. United City, they have the number. Sandra inside, a shot. And it is wild for Newcam.
Promising play nga doon mula sa United City FC. Good transition because they did a good job on defense in the midfield. Kaya nag-pave way dito. And good one from UCFC making the defense work. But flip the switch for Stallion. You can expect them to be tighter.
Good sequence from Menzi to Sandra inside, and then could have been the assist dito nga kay Ariel Newcam, who is one of the top scorers for United City.
Tama nga, no? He is the top scorer of their team, but in the perspective here sa league natin, the entire tournament, he's just outside the top 3. But that's still a great performance nonetheless.
Schaffner ibibigay agad dito kay Junior Sam. But heavy traffic doon sa loob. 3 black shirts converging on Sam. So not really an ideal area to make the attempt right away.
Siyempre, kilala natin si Junior Sam na his goal-scoring prowess. So no surprise, na-scout din siya in this game.
Menzi, and that has been the problem here for UCFC right from the beginning. Talagang yung pressure dito ng Stallion has been causing problems for the back for United City. Hindi nila maitawid to the midfield right away.
So there was some second motion there from Troy Limbo sa throw-in, no? Kaya lumapit na ngayong ating referee, si Meliton Pelayo, just to calm things down and to make sure that this game is under control.
And again, the high press here for Stallion. I think that's the risk you live with this 3-4-3 formation. You have 7 players, outfielders doon sa inyong attacking half. Pero kung bola naman ng United City, madali ring bababa yung 4 galing sa gitna.
That's right. And then you also expect your holding midfielder dito sa Stallion, si Kim Min-soo, to drop down and protect them also. Yan ang mahalaga.
Another touch here for Cortez. Sabihin na natin, the less busier between the 2 keepers so far. Bantecan Fong has already made a couple of saves early on.
Tama. Henry Bandecan also a quality keeper, no, from Cameroon. And a first choice actually for PFL clubs, but he's in this UCFC squad, stacked in goalkeeper position nila, and he's filled in well.
Here's a high ball. Pickering attends to it. Limbo, lots of space now. And all pink shirts malapit doon sa bola as Doctora is able to recover this one for Stallion. It's also Doctora wearing the captain's armband here for the Horsemen.
Nostalgic, eh? It's still up until now. And with the entire journey nga dito, no, sa Stallion, as Gabe Silva cleared it, it is great to see Balot Doctora get playing time in the AFC Cup. Very limited, but still full circle dito para sa veterano.
Play continues here.
That happened right in front of us, no, Levi? Hartman just trying to sell it. Didn't work out.
Not enough contact, really. Hartman tried to make it look like he was shoved from behind. Nieras able to control Stallion once again. Tatakbo on the offensive.
You also don't really want to test the referee in trying to sell calls, no? Because it can work against you and potentially getting warnings or even a card. Lalo na yung mga nasa penalty box, no? But this one is in the middle of the field, mind you.
Pavone, through ball towards Sam. Medyo malalim rito for Stallion. What is Sam going to do? Babalik muna sa gitna. Placito. They go to the right. It's now Pickering. And they will earn a corner here off a deflection from Limbo.
Troy Limbo locking him down. They get a corner here, though, or UCFC concede the corner. Let's see how Stallion will use this, because they've been able to get to the attacking third more, no, mind you, but what we mentioned earlier, medyo kulang pa.
Nakadalawampung minuto na tayo dito between United City FC and Stallion Laguna. Still 0-0 battle, ladies and gentlemen. And we kind of really expected it to go this way. Number 3 against number 6. Here's the go signal. Outswinger. It's cleared for now by United City. Two players eventually colliding. That was Pavone and Bugas.
I'd like to take another look right here. Let's see kung kita nga or nasa frame. Both heads cool. I think there's a little extra action there.
Figuring targets Sam Nieras or Ciriliano rather. Rising for that ball. Well, dun sa previous play na nakita natin, both running at full speed to try and keep the ball in play. So, no malicious intent whatsoever.
Yan din, no? Kung naka full speed, of course. It's just a little bump and you can fall.
We are easing into the halfway mark of the first half.
Playing it back here, UCFC will try to control the game now.
Well, they have settled against the pressure kahit papano. Sendra. Tatanggap muli ng bola and now sends it to the other side. Almost an interception there, but Limbo now has the upper hand. And good thing for Laguna. Getting in the way is Ciriliano. Good presence of mind.
You can expect Pickering to be more tight there, but it was the correct intention nga dun mula kay Ricky Sendra. That's why Troy Limbo looked very dangerous. Sinalo na lang ni Ciriliano, no? Who's really a veteran of the game. Very good with the ball. Kita nga natin, napakaswabe. He's not the fastest player. He's not the flashiest. You give him the ball, he'll put you on the wrong end of a highlight, as we've seen this season.
Not much support there for Stallion dun sa pinakahuling pagkakataon. Doktora targets Sam, but hindi na umangat yung kanilang midfield. And now Menzi back to Limbo. That's been the 1-2 for them doon sa kaliwa. And speaking of, here's a combination. But great display of defense there coming from Stallion. Again, one of their key defenders here.
Kita nga natin, veteran moves there mula kay Ciriliano, using his body up against a very experienced man in Menzi, si Mike.
And now it looks like we are ready for more information on the Finn McDaniel situation. Let's turn you over to Naj Miravalles. Naj?
Sorry about a while ago, Clara and Levi. We had to reorganize dahil nga mukhang uulan na. Anyway, balik tayo kay Finn. Alam nyo ba na to Coach Ernie, Finn McDaniel is like a son. He's known since the latter was 10 years old. Finn's family usually stays with Coach Ernie and the Nieras whenever the McDaniels are in the Philippines. Seeing how much Finn has grown as a player and as a person, now with great self-confidence, Coach Ernie is brimming with pride that Finn is getting what he has long deserved, now a member of the national team, because he's got speed and shooting and can be a huge impact to the team if used effectively. Gentlemen.
Much notch for that report as UCFC trying to carve out some space here. And eventually it will go out. But going back to that report by Naj Claro, nakita natin back in the AFC Cup, we saw a Finn McDaniel that played with fire, that played with intent na pansinin nyo naman ako, I'm worthy of that slot. And eto na nga, he's abroad.
Of course, he let his goal scoring do the talking there. And kahit nag-Christmas break nga tayo, no, to end the year, parang tuloy pa rin si Finn McDaniel. 14 goals so far this season. Nung umalis siya or left for Dubai, he was the lead scorer of the league with 14 goals to his name. But right after, Harvey Gayoso is now with 18, but still speaks volumes.
Placito inside the box, flag is down, the cut back. Buhay pa ito, Schaffner. Oh, great control there from the defense. That was Bugas. And now United City trying to thread the needle here with a counter-attack. But not enough support. Ang bilis ring nakabalik nitong Stallion with Gabe Silva eventually delaying that play.
Yan nga, no, dati yung depensa ng Stallion. Magsabay sila Gabe Silva at Abe Placito. And now that he's back, umangat nga si Abe Placito. So, si Gabe Silva yung lead man ng depensa nila. Playing in the middle of that back three or whatever you want to call it.
26 minutes into this contest, throw in eventually for United City. Looks like we have a hydration break.
Well, looks like it in this scenario, not an unofficial cooling break. Kasi madalas may mga sitwasyon na player would be down and it would become an unofficial break. No, but it doesn't seem like the case here. Although the wind did pick up a bit at the Rizal Memorial Stadium, but napakainit kanina, no, in the lead up to this game.
And obviously, when your kick-off is set at, for example, this match 5:45, you know, an hour before, nagwa-warm up ka na dun sa field and inabutan pa nitong mga team na to yung init kanina.
Pero tandaan nga natin, these hydration breaks are actually predetermined before the game. Nag-uusap yung two teams and yung match officials natin because I'll say it again, it was really hot earlier. Temperatures were quite high during that first game between Maharlika FC and Manila Monte. But then again, it's rainy season, but that doesn't mean it's cold all the way dito sa Pilipinas, no? Or it's always raining. We still have those summer-like days from time to time. Lalo na dito, nasa gitna tayo ng Metro Manila.
Yeah, we will still have those days na talagang mainit. We have just welcomed the start of rainy season, pero usually July, August pa nararamdaman talaga yan. And our officials are, again, Meliton Pilayo is the head referee. Assistant referees are Relly Balila and Paul Galicia. The fourth official is Timothy De Castro. This match, of course, being observed by our match commissioner, Richard Ganaban. Referee assessor is Ray Ritaga. We are just about ready to return to action here. And so far, United City being able to sabihin na nating pumantay in terms of possession. That's credit to their counter-attacks towards the latter moments of this ongoing first half.
No surprise, no, given the two teams with possession. So it's understandable that this is an even game. It's closely contested. And of course, we'll check that with the shots, no? So we get a correction right here. It's 2 apiece sa shots natin.
If you will recall, towards the start of the match, it was really Stallion with those 2 shots. And then, bumalik lang yung United City. Newcam had 1. We remember that one.
The battle's in the midfield, no, Levi, kaya 50-50 yung possession, but you want these teams to turn it up and improve. And as we see UCFC get a corner.
Paolo Bugas earns them a corner. United City, I believe this is the first for them.
You see both teams have imposing bodies, come to think of it. Pero sa physique natin, or you refer to width, I'd like to say UCFC would have it with more players. Laki ni Ngukam and Bini. Looks like we'll have a retake though. Someone taking a fall, and I want to see again what happened. But a man is down for Stallion.
We're just checking who that is. But definitely that corner kick will be retaken.
There's always that extra pushing and shoving. No? Nandun yung goal lang from both teams trying to get one advantage over the other. And it is Kim Min-soo who is down dito para sa Laguna.
And our official just, of course, waiting on. Tingnan ulit natin yung nangyari dito, klaro. Oh, okay.
There was that shove mula kay Bini. Nonetheless, a shove is a shove. Pero retake.
Parang dalawang player yung nagtulakan doon, and this corner taken. Eventually, the shot. It goes out, gives us this opportunity to remind everyone that Star Polaris is the official match ball of the Philippines Football League 2024. We are half an hour into this match, the half-hour mark. About 15 more minutes and change here in the first half, Claro. And anong napansin mo na nagbago dito for United City just to give themselves an equal footing here so far?
Sabi nga natin kanina, Stallion were the team getting forward sa attack, but UCFC were pouncing on the transition, and earlier we did see them slow it down sa likod, no? And that's how they try to get momentum on their side. So they've had decent spells also. So a little more even now, but then again, get that shot, get quality shots. That's what we want to see. Escape that jungle, yung gulo sa midfield. Gulo, because it's a tightly contested battle. Teams showing us quality.
Absolutely, a great point to make there, Claro, because the way this match has been going, the ball has been in the middle mostly kaysa nasa magkabilang dulo. It's not been as end-to-end as you would expect. But that's how tight it has been. 4-1-4-1 for UCFC against the 3-4-3 of Stallion. Stallion now inside the box. Brush contact there, not enough to merit any whistle from Meliton Pelayo. United City will try to get this out of trouble. Sendra maneuvers and now gives it up to Limbo, who is uncontested. Escapes itong si Pavone. But will they have the advantage here? Well, not quite.
Yan ang gusto natin from both teams. We see the intensity of Stallion to clamp down UCFC. UCFC on the other hand, hindi sila takot porket may pressure doon. That's why they found the space with Limbo and locked in, evading Pavone. Props to both teams.
Well, eventually we will begin to notice that this match will open up as it continues to progress here. 32nd minute so far. Babalik muna sa likod.
This build-up we didn't really see from UCFC earlier, so they're continuously growing into this game. Pero yung concern dito, in the perspective of Laguna, you're letting UCFC dictate play. But nonetheless, both teams dangerous on the counter. At baka rin nasana yung mga tao, no, na siguro may goal na maaga here and there with top teams playing lower-ranked teams as we see the ball roll out. That's not the case here. We're seeing how football is really played.
Sayang na pagkakataon nga lang dun for United City. Unforced error on the part of Michael Menzi. Stallion trying to take advantage of that, but not enough numbers for now. And finally, the whistle's been blown. Too much physicality for Junior Sam.
That's what you like from Nur Hidayat, no? Porket nandun si Junior Sam.
And definitely not a legal play on the ball as we saw on that replay.
Well, that wasn't Nur Hidayat, I beg your pardon. Might have been Taninko also with him. 19-year-old boy, hindi siya takot sa veterano. That's how you do it.
As that ball ends up with Cortez for only the third time perhaps. And on the top of the broadcast, we have been mentioning how the back line is a work in progress for United City, Claro. And that's definitely one of the aspects of the match that they want to improve on as this league continues to enter its downhill portion.
Tama. Because these are two top teams again, no? Going at it. If you concede to lower-ranked teams, then you can put a question mark on your defense. And there were occasions that UCFC did concede. There are times disgracia, but then again, that is what draws the line between the big boys, of course, and the mid-table. But midway into the season, you want to grow into it again. There's room for improvement. Take that opportunity.
This is going to be a free kick for Stallion from considerable distance. And the rest of Schaffner's teammates will naturally line up doon sa just outside the box. And we will await the signal of our referee. 35th minute of action here in the first half. Still 0-0 between United City and Stallion Laguna. United City in black, Stallion Laguna in their hot pick. That one took a deflection, but it's going to be an obvious corner for Stallion, as that was, I think, Nukam who got in the way.
It was Beanie who was there, of course. You like that high five nga dun mula kay Nur Hidayat, Christian Sidog Schaffner giving a promising ball. The defense up to the task.
Coffee Marius Bini, one of the defenders here. He does possess the height and the size to just hold that center back position.
There you see Shafter. And mind you, he did go to the same high school as Tom Brady and Barry Bonds in Sierra High School in San Mateo. Just a fun fact.
Oh, that is one trivia right there as this header just goes wide for Placito. Legitimate attempt there to score the opener for Stallion, pero hindi rin naman nagpapabaya yung United City. They're just clamping on that area.
We see the ball here, an outswinger, greatly delivered. Mr. Incredible, not able to do the incredible and get it on target, but mukhang last touch UCFC dito.
Yeah.
You'll take it.
Credit.
Succeeding corners. You'll pile up the pressure in UCFC. That's mentally and physically draining.
Credit on the part of Michael Menzi. He was the one who took that last touch. And now Junior Sam, but this will eventually end up with Bantiken, and even if he wasn't able to gather that thoroughly, pito na agad. I think it was Minsu.
Understandably, not with the loss of the game. The goalkeepers do have that protection. What you see with the pressure piled up sa mga set pieces or corner kicks, we have this for Laguna.
Shot from distance. Oh boy, that was close from Pickering.
I did tell you earlier, he's a natural striker. That's why he does have that instinct. Pickering again earlier with the chance also to add to the one that we just witnessed. So if he can just get himself warmed up a little more, that's an extra scoring option, extra threat as we see it right here. UCFC with their back against the wall in this scenario.
Twice in a row now for United City, and now Placito, the target man. Masyado malakas yung pasa ni Pickering. Pero nakita natin dun sa replay, walang tao sa harap ni Pickering, kaya tinira niya agad. And he has the right to do that. And all sorts of pressure here coming from Stallion, just really pushing United City against the ropes here in the first half.
This is what you see from a high-level team, no? Yung momentum na sa Stallion kanina, UCFC could have done better, but they just got to slow it down. And as I say that, tinapon lang yung bola. As we see passing accuracy. Of course, we can expect a little better here.
3 straight sequences for United City, claro. Not really forced situations, pero, you know, just being inaccurate with the pass or tinatapon nila yung bola. May halong pressure na rin from Stallion, but you have to do better than that against a top caliber opponent.
Right, as we do get a weather forecast here. It says no precipitation for at least 60 minutes, pero you can smell the air, right? We can expect rain any minute.
Hartman keeps it alive for United City this time. Well, so long as it's just a steady downpour, nothing too over-exaggerated, tuloy-tuloy tayo rito. At wag lang kumidlat, yun yung pinaka-importante.
Tama, there's safety precaution in mind.
Hartman just really getting out of that scramble. And now they go to the right wing. Dancing here, one-on-one. Here's the header. Oh, surprise opening goal here. United City FC. Dimitri Limbo. And UCFC take the lead.
Troy Limbo providing again in a big game. He did it in the Copa with his previous team Davao Aguilas UMAC. No surprise he's doing it here with United City FC. Goal number 3 here for the winger. Well, we see it was Bugas, one of their expected playmakers dito. Came off of him. That's great team play here.
So
Limbo,
it was,
right?
Yeah, it was Bugas, and then Sandra also had the initial attempt.
Good skill also here. And Sandra, it falls to Limbo. Right place, right time. You still need to practice, of course, to be clinical in front of goal, right? Sent it the right way, obviously.
And now it is official, 1-0 for United City FC, courtesy of Troy Limbo in the 39th. A bit of a lapse there for Stallion. I think nakita natin a bit of ball watching from Charles Pickering. Dumaan sa likod niya itong si Limbo, and that's what caused the difference so far.
And we saw earlier back and forth, right? UCFC having to contain Stallion. They managed to negotiate the rough or choppy waters. And rightly so. A promising spell, even for just a moment. Yeah, naka-goal sila. And it's about making your opportunities count, right? Finding the cracks or making them. You name it.
And now because of that, we can see from the body language here ng United City, as if that pendulum just swung. And now they have just more energy, more enthusiasm in trying to build up from that goal.
Understandably, yes, there is that momentum, but you also have to be careful. You're most vulnerable, of course, to conceding. Kailan? After you score a goal.
And when if there is a squad that is capable of taking one back, definitely that is Stallion, one of the top 3 squads right now.
As we do see, there is rain right now, just a bit steady.
And now it's opening up once again for United City. Limbo, the goal scorer, ibabalik muna doon sa likod. Bini. And back to the middle. Sendra.
Things will get more challenging here with the weather conditions. The ball will be more slippery, same for the turf.
It will affect the match, a certain way. That is for sure. And once again, Bugas trying to dance one-on-one against Nieras that time. And ang makikita natin dito, because of the advantage that United City now has, they can now afford to be more patient and deliberate with their playmaking.
And that was really a foul against Bini on Balot. And also for the goalkeepers and the defenders, no, it's gonna be a lot more slippery chances of goals in a sense of disgrasya, right? Where there might be butterfingers or deflections here and there, but these guys know what it's like to be in tough conditions.
And as we always say, you play with the condition that's given or is presented in front of you. And now, right now, Stallion with a 1-goal disadvantage here. Nieras. Silva now inside to Schaffner, but too deep an angle, although they will win a corner here.
About the 4th corner, the game already, both teams with a healthy amount, but this category favors Laguna.
And pansin natin, laging si Schaffner na yung designated taker when it comes to the corners. Coach Ernie just having trust in him to distribute. Here is the delivery. Second ball for Stallion from distance once again, but Pavone, a case of too much mustard and it just goes out.
He was frustrated with that, of course. He's had better attempts when you look at his body language, and given these are high-level professional players.
Just getting confirmation kung ilang minuto ang ating added time. Not much stoppages here throughout the first half. Pero ang kailangang iwasan rito ng Stallion is yung pagmamadali, because they still have 45 minutes on the other side of this match. And it's just a 1-goal difference. It's easier to overcome than 2 or 3 goals.
Right, but you have to be cautious. You don't want that deficit to double.
Schaffner to Placito, and now it is opening for Pickering. Cuts it back, but the defense was there. Ang ganda ng recovery doon ng mga black shirts, and now Limbo. Every time there is a chance to counter, tatakbo ang United City. Sendra, a long one for Hartman. But this one, smart decision there from Pavone to give it to Cortez.
Great distribution from Cortez. We've seen that from him this season on a consistent basis. Bilang goalkeeper, nakakatulong sa opensa.
4 minutes ang extension natin dito sa first half. 4 more minutes of playing time. Pagkakataon for both of our squads to wrap it up in a strong way. A foot race here and Pavone will just clear it out.
Check na natin yung shots, Levi. 4 for UCFC. 4 shots and 1 on target. Hence 1 goal. But for Stallion Laguna, it's 4 shots also, none on target. So presumably based on the numbers, yung nakuha ni Van Decken, or passes and crosses, you name it. It's about making it count.
And there is a whistle here. Anong napapansin natin after scoring that goal, ito nga si Troy Limbo, is that parang pumapabor na sa United City ngayon yung flow ng laro.
Right, of course, with that goal, there's the confidence, momentum. Momentum obviously is invisible, but you can feel it when it's favoring you, right? It's just things going your way.
When you interview players, they will always deny it, but you know, when you're inside the field, mentally speaking, it will just be there.
Nandun sa flow ng game, right? Things working out for you, confidence, it's all part, of course. And you want to ride that all the way. And presumably, if you have it, all the way to the full-time whistle.
It's difficult not to think of it, but now here is a set piece for United City. Hartman will take it against a 3-man wall. They go to the ground. Oh, excellent 1-2. And Bugas could have doubled this one. What a play that was.
Excellent from Cortez. Nakabawi siya dun. Now, how will they fare on the other end?
This could turn into a counter for Stallion. Junior Sam. Madedelay dito bahagya. Let's talk about this. Oh, look at that. And great timing for Bugas. Easily could have been offside.
And we see with Hartman a clever ball. Such a technical player in here. Such a dangerous player, Bugas nga yung lead playmaker. Got in a 1v1.
Scramble inside the box. But Placito, it just grazes the front part of the goal for Laguna.
You look at it in the aspect of Stallion. Konti na lang in this scenario. They're turning it up. But it came off a man. Pickering was just about 2 steps off.
It was a mad scramble inside the box, and then Placito trying to get a decent shot. Taninco got a deflection, and that's why we have another corner for Stallion. Pero kung napabilis lang si Pickering, could have been a follow-up right away off a rebound.
At may warning nga dito kay Pickering at Taninco from the looks of it. 2 young players, homegrown, also giving their all here.
Whistles blown. Schaffner. Contact made with a teammate. But it goes right to the middle. Tunieras. May oras pa tayo rito. So have about half a minute for Stallion to try and make a play here. Van Decken is able to save it finally. And they will just obviously waste the time away here. Total, papatapos na rin yung first half.
Loose handles there, but escaping. But again, the conditions a little more challenging because of the rain. But it looks like that rain stopped. It was just a short spell, but of course, basa yung pitch, basa yung bola.
As we wind up the final moments of the first half, another solid attempt here for United City, but unable to finish. At kita mo yung frustration on the part of Bugas, and that will be the halftime whistle. It is 1-0 for United City FC.
Kita nga natin to, Bugas in disbelief. Ayaw niya maniwala. Ano lang nangyari?
United City FC
FEU versus DLSU. They used to go at it in college. Bugas just getting near us with his speed and experience. As I say that, both players a little older now, but Bugas has been a faster player.
And so we conclude the first half of action with this scoreline. United City FC 1, courtesy of Troy Limbo in the 39th. And Stallion will have a lot to talk about. We will have the highlights and more when we return. This is the Philippines Football League 2024.
Football fans, we are inviting you to the upcoming the Philippines-Italy Friendship Cup to be held here at Rizal Memorial Stadium on June 4.
between United City FC and Stallion Laguna FC, kung saan it is 1-0 right now for UCFC courtesy of Troy Limbo. Levi Verora on the call alongside Claro Manzano and our pitch side Dutch Miravalles. First half highlights po tayo mga kaibigan, and Claro, sabihin na natin we can divide the first half into 3 parts. Stallion in control in the beginning, and then there was a portion kung saan feeling out for both, and then United City after that goal finally asserting their control.
Well said. In that part of feeling out, pwede nga natin sabihin it was even because there was a big stretch where we saw Stallion were piling up the pressure on United City FC. Success, 2 straight corners, and UCFC were deep all the way back, and Stallion were just piling up the pressure. But kita nga natin, UCFC slowed it a bit, slowed the game down to get it or para maka-reset, and that's where they got going bit by bit, and they made it count right here. Kita nga natin also in the first half, Stallion's backline was getting quite low. So that's what invited the UCFC counter. Nandun na nga yung counter, but because the backline got a little low, they were much more aggressive and they scored. And they were dangerous in scenarios like this one, because Bugas has been a live wire in the game as a whole. So halos parehas yung number of chances or shots, but UCFC making it count.
And there were 2 chances, definitely legitimate chances at that for United City to even double this lead. Let's take a look at the statistics here. Claro, again at the start, it was Stallion piling up the pressure. Pero United City, credit the maturity, the mental toughness of these 11 on the field. Eventually, they took control, and as you can see, let's run our viewers down with these stats. Anong nakikita natin rito that really pops out for you, Claro?
Fairly an even game kung ma-check na natin yung statistics, but fairly even nga. But if we do see corners, we think Stallion could have made the most out of it. But it evens out of sorts kasi yung shots natin, UCFC getting 2 on target, making Freddy Cortez work. But again, Laguna dangerous, but they can fine-tune themselves and be more potent.
And let's take a look at what our pitch side reporter Naj Miravalles have for us here in between the 2 halves. Naj, take it away.
Aside from Dimitri, another player that really caught the attention of international champion Coach Ramon is the young Zachary Taninco. Coach said he's hardworking and a player with high football IQ. Ziki shared with me naman na he wasn't like this months ago. And being an overthinker, he had to read a lot of sports psychology books and invest a lot of time building his mindset, telling himself to focus on what's ahead of him and what needs to be done. And that is how he's able to improve every game. As I send it back to you, gentlemen.
Thank you very much, Naj. And Claro, as a 19-year-old, in local parlance, ito nga yung sinasabi natin, pwedeng dinadaga ka pa. But, you know, credit Coach Ramon, just the trust and the belief here kay Zachary Taninco, entrusting him with the responsibility of leading itong 4 na player for their back 4.
Trust can make or break you, because when the coach gives you, or when coach gives you trust, especially with such an experienced person, that gives you confidence. Because sometimes you can have all the talent, but confidence will let you down. But that's working wonders now dito para kay Zachary or Ziggy Taninco. No, you get to trust, and he's been utilizing it. Philippines U20 international experience na rin kahit bata siya.
And here we go with the start of the second half. If you're hungry, why not grab an 8-cuts burger? Of course, one of our presenters for this live broadcast presentation. Magandang gabi na po sa kanila. As we bring you second half action between United City FC and Stallion Laguna FC. We do have one change, Claro, for Stallion. Player number 88, Jose Bezerra Dorado, has entered. Ang pinalitan niya yung isa pang foreigner ng Stallion, si Adrian Ciriliano.
That's an interesting change though. Like for like, if you say that both are midfielders, pero to si Dorado, winger siya. Si Ciriliano, more of a central player. So that will change up the dynamic dito. And just to end yung kwentuhan natin kay Zachary o Ziggy Taninco, he also did play for the likes of GOM, also the Loyola Youth Academy. At yung maganda dito, bata siya, but he is under his kuya or Indonesian kuya in Nur Hidayat. such an experienced person to guide him. Yan din, the confidence of coach. Tapos confidence mula sa kuya mo dito or mentor. That's big.
Sam. Pero agad ring naka-establish ang depensa ng United City. And you mentioned the change. Obviously, being down 1 goal, Stallion, kailangang pumukpok dito. They have to be more offensive-minded here. But the ball is now with United City. And this could be another chance. Masyadong malalim doon to really create anything here for Limbo and Newcam.
It's interesting. Play will be restarted dito, no, sa midfield throw-in. Mukhang outside na ba yung bola kanina? That seems like the case. But props here. The likes of Matt Nieras getting a touch in a tough situation. Kasi posible madisgrasya kayo in situations like that.
Absolutely. Could have been a late whistle as we have another whistle here this time for a foul. But the players did not stop playing until there was certainty na talagang tigil na yung play.
Oh, it's been a type of game for Pavone. Also because he's a player who's been hustling hard, putting his body in the line. At mahiyelo na nga dito si Mike Menzi. And earlier yung change nga sa Stallion, we'll say it again like a broken record, they have a very deep roster of foreigners also to add to their local boys or the Filipino players. So if one guy's not performing, then, or you cannot afford to have an off day because the competition is intense for spots. Tandaan natin, 5 foreigners can be on the field plus 1 goalkeeper.
Through ball but straight to the boots of Henry Bantekenfong. So action for quite several teams already. And now his latest stop is United City. Bugas. Sendra. Looking for the opening, sends it across. But someone gets into the path of that ball. And now, Stallion naman ang susubukang mag-counter-attack rito. It will stay with Stallion. They will just sort this one out, but definitely it's going to be...
There you go. It's a free kick.
It is a free kick. Looks like the shove being absorbed by Bizera Dorado kanina.
Oh, the foul is on Nur Hidayat. Nur Hidayat, as we were saying, former U22 international for Indonesia. He did win silver medal right here at this stadium.
Inside now, Stallion. Pero masikip pa rin. United City not giving an inch. Placito, the attempt. But that is captured with relative ease by Henry Bantekenfong.
UCFC getting numbers back, so making it difficult for Stallion as we see in this replay. There you go, strength in numbers, traffic sa goalkeeper box.
Not really an opening there for Placito, pero kailangan ng madaliin as that ball could have been lost. And now United City trying to release from the back. Lost it was Hartman. And now a chance for Stallion. Play goes on.
That was good initiative, quick play.
Here's the shot. And poked away by Henry Bantekenfong. That had power from Pickering.
That's the type of response you want from Laguna. They ended up with this again because of their hustle, winning the ball back against Hartman, if I recall dito. Malapit nga sa commentary panel natin. Playing it quick. Get a shot on target that had a great amount of power. You made the keeper work. You can continue piling up the pressure now with this corner kick again. And corner kicks mainly going to Stallion, as we said earlier.
It's going to be Schaffner. Again, good height on that one, although matatangkad rin yung player ng United. And dispossessing itong Sineras was Hartman. Tatakbo ang United. They have the numbers.
And that was, Nieras was at the back actually. It was Balot
It was
losing.
Balot.
Losing against Hartman. Hartman, of course, the bigger person there.
Schaffner. More patience here from Stallion.
He's playing in that central role now, si Schaffner, which he is capable of doing. Yan ang role niya last season before being shifted to wing back.
And he can cover a lot of ground by dribbling that ball, just utilizing his skill. And now speaking of Schaffner, here's the 1-2. They go to the left flank itong Stallion. Bezerra, ibabalik ulit kay Schaffner, and now the lob inside. But that took a hit from Bini, utilizing his tall frame. But it is still with Stallion. Tuloy-tuloy tayo rito. Someone's down for United City.
That's correct.
And only a matter of time before they take this ball out. And there is the whistle finally from Meliton Pelayo.
Well, what action we've been seeing here. So sabi nga natin, this is the response you want to see from Stallion. Yung intensity in trying to get offense, as we see. Yung banggaan doon kay Ricky Sendra, the businessman, as we know.
Natapakan ata ni Junior Sam yung right ankle nito ni Ricky Sendra.
At kita nga natin, okay, si Sendra, no? Kinakausap na yung si Meliton Pelayo. But we're just talking about yung response ni Stallion. Now, it's how will UCFC, or the question is how will UCFC be able to absorb the pressure? It's a test to their defense. Sabi nga natin, may question mark sa depensa nila, no? When we look at the record in the previous games, because they've conceded also a number of times already.
We have about less than 40 minutes to find out if United City will be able to hold on sa kanilang kalamangan. And of course, lots of time also to try and double the advantage. Bugas, great back heel, intended for Ngukam.
And
More
Gabe Silva
patience.
finds
Yeah.
himself on the left though up against the speedy Bugas, but gets it. He does enough to get the stop now, Levi, as they'll just sort out their formation there. As we have some subs.
Couple of substitutions here for Stallion. Looks like it is a night for Balot Doktora. Ang papasok isang veterano rin, si Jowaren Bedia. And
That is Theo, as we know. Theo was big for them in their win versus Digger. And then you bring in a player like Toto Bedia, often the first or one of the main people to come off the bench for Coach Ernie, the past seasons, mind you.
From player number 9, Ruben Laura Jr., replaced by player number 24.
this ball will remain with United City for now. So 2 more pairs of fresh legs for Stallion just to try and change the complexion of this match. The cross mishandled by Hartman. And that shot not really of quality here as it just sails out. But if you're Stallion, obviously you're playing now with more sense of urgency, having gotten down 1-0 here in this match. Lots of time to really string together a meaningful sequence that has the potential to equalize.
Tama, and another test again to UCFC. But when I say test again, they have been able to pick up clean sheets also in this season. They do have 2 clean sheets. And as Freddy Cortez of Stallion has 4 to his name, mind you. Kung i-check nga natin yung depensa nila, right before this game, Stallion have conceded 6, while right behind them, UCFC have conceded 8 goals already. But you make that 7 for Laguna here, with UCFC scoring already 1.
Schaffner, they have the numbers. Placito from the back heel. Good intent on the play but overcooked by Abe Placito.
Oo, pati ako nagulat dun sa diskarte ni Dorado. You get the defense guessing, catch them off guard. It didn't work out, but my corner again. Now it's about making it count, as we said earlier. Or will it lead to frustration?
And another header there. Kim Min-soo. Masyadong mataas.
They're finishing, letting him down. As this was a good delivery from Schaffner.
So a couple of attempts from Stallion from that sequence. Tingnan natin kung dadagdagan pa nila, and look at them just continue with their high press doon sa likuran.
There's that gap in the midfield they'll have to sort out, but there's Nieras and Gabe Silva again to cover the back.
Placito tries to track this ball down. It ping-pongs left to right. Schaffner recovers. More space here for Stallion to organize. Pupunta muna sa kanan. Back to the middle, and now Kim. Good decision para hindi kunin. Could have been offside. Pero bola mawawala rito. Counter-attack time for United City, but not enough numbers so far. Bugas takes a deflection of Nieras.
May hawak din doon mula kay Christian Schaffner, kay Newcomb. But no whistle from the referee there, pero nagreklamo nga yung leading scorer ng UCFC.
And it is still 1-0 here for United City, pero tanong natin of course for how long as they send it back to Bantikenfong. Pressure still constant here for Stallion. Nobody home on that long ball. But somehow it ends up with Newcomb. Chance now for United City. But the clearance is made.
Nandun na nga yung backline ng Stallion, tama. But where is their holding midfielder? The likes of Schaffner and Kim were tracking back. Naiwan sila.
And that's why United City able to extend this possession. That ball tracked down by Taninco. Long ball, flag is up. However, Bugas na una lang bahagya doon.
So this is the chance for them to go for it and swing momentum or carry on their agenda, no? Dito sa Stallion. But UCFC have had spells where they control the game, but you can expect them to improve a little bit in that aspect again. But hey, lamang pa rin sila, di ba? So far, so good. But you don't want to flirt with danger and giving away momentum dito sa kalaban.
Back and forth we go here as Pickering will track that down.
Kita nga natin just a few moments ago nahulog si Taninco but eventually got on. Pero parang medyo awkward pa rin yung takbo niya.
Is just going to challenge further itong backline ng United City. Has even more pressure here. Hartman or Sendra rather. Taninco against two pink shirts. Again, back and forth action here. No one's really getting control of that ball.
It was that battle in the midfield. UCFC just being a little more scrappy.
Finally, Hartman. And now Menzi. Pupunta muna ulit sa likuran. Nur Hidayat. Here's Taninco. Obvious shove here by Schaffner. I know it's been a couple of games already here for Taninco, but welcome to the big league daw, sabi ni Schaffner.
Gulang. So we saw, but we saw the forearm extended nga there mula kay Christian C-Dog Schaffner. And there you go, that is why na-foul. Or the foul was called against Schaffner. At alam nila siguro na bata si Taninco, whom they respect of course because of his capabilities, but nonetheless, welcome to the Pro League, welcome to the big league, as you said, Levi.
As we have another change here, it's already been an hour dito sa ating laro, and that is why it gives us a reminder that Star Polaris is the official match ball of the Philippines Football League 2024. Another change here for Stallion. Looks like Stephen Helm is part of the match. Nakakaapat na palit na ang Stallion dito. Isa na lang if they can utilize.
It's about making it count again in this game. Tandaan nga natin. As it's given away or it's loose. But the flag is up dun nga sa kabila, sa linesman natin.
Great observation, Clara. Again, a scramble on that part, that area outside the box. Our two assistant referees, Relly Balila and Paul Galicia. Yun namang man in the middle, sabihin na natin. Of course, the referee is Meliton Pilayo. Placito, Stallion gets it once again. Bibigay sa kaliwa. Moraes. And that one, gathered by Henry Bantikenfong.
Fresh legs challenging the UCFC backline, but they're still continuing to hold the fort. And I wanted to point out, nakita nga natin kanina, UCFC not just clearing the ball, but kita nga natin yung confidence ng kanilang midfield and backline. They're trying to knock in those combinations and create offense from the back. And they haven't given they did give the ball away a little cheaply once, but they were in good positions to get the stop.
Here's a lob. Pero hindi maangguluhan ng tama doon ni Mateus Oliveira de Moraes. And it's still too early to say. We still have about less than an hour here as there's going to be a change here. Pedro is set to enter. So a meaningful stint here for Zachary Taninco, to say the least. Just holding that defensive line for United City.
Right, at yung veteran nga or one of the main options on defense, si Pete Forasuelo is in, but props to Taninco for this shift. Getting quite banged up here, but that's part of it. But mission accomplished for him in this playing time or opportunity that he was given.
No calls here. Play continues. Fullback for a fullback ang palitan doon. Forasuelo now manning that right back area. Masyadong masikip. And the whistle blown there, running out of real estate. From the left flank was Moraes.
Medyo nagpe-finger wag na si Seo dun. But props for continuing to play there. That's part of the game, of course. As it's given away dito sa gitna.
Nobody home there in the shot from distance. But Toto Bedia, it goes above the bar and out. Yan ang kailangang iwasan ng United City rito. We saw a lot of that in the first half.
Given in a good spot. Delikado kasi nasa gitna, just outside of the area. Toto Bedia challenged to shoot and he did. Or mind you, he had the space to shoot and then there was the challenge from the defense. Might as well go for it.
Yun yung mga unforced errors dito ng United City. Pero Stallion meron din. Thanks in large part to Mark Hartman. And now Sandra will organize. Enough support here for United City. Nakabalik rin naman agad ang Stallion. Lots of room here for Hartman. Gives it to the box. But that play ends abruptly for United City.
Yan yung delikado dun for United City FC. You want to limit the touches or prevent Mark Hartman from getting the ball because he's so good in finding players and distributing.
May halong pagmamadali doon for Stallion Laguna as Henry Bandican-Fong will buy them some time. Bibigay dito kay Bini. Michael Menzi.
Nag-ubos nga ng oras si Bandican kasi lamang nga sila.
65 minutes into this one. 25 minutes more plus change. And it's still 1-0. The cushion here for United City, as thin as it is right now, is more than enough for them.
Now, other than that, no, yung ginawa ni Bandican a while ago, yes, it's at the 64th minute, but it does help you manage the game and the pace also.
More patience here from United. Oh, great pass by Hartman. Sandra, that one takes a bounce from Silva. Still in play. Sandra will recycle. To Hartman. Pipili naman dito sa kaliwa. And finally, it's with Stallion. Making a quick turn here is Dorado. It's a foot race. Dorado, burst of speed. Dorado all by himself against three. But decides to pass it at the last moment. Hindi natin naintindihan yun. Claro, in real time, could have been a shot.
I don't think so with this angle there. He was hoping there was a body. Wala siyang angulo dun. Medyo ipit. But this is the Magson Dorado na nakita natin early in this season. Owning his side of the field. Pero unfortunately, his teammates weren't able to reach it. But that went in front of the goal mouth.
Not enough support there for Stallion. It was 1 against 3. Although, ang bilis ng takbo ni Dorado, and you might say he has an opening against Bandican-Fong. decides to cut that ball to his left, hoping na merong sasalo. But nobody home for Stallion. Walang bumaba from the midfield.
Ito na yung game management of UCFC. Taking advantage to burn some time off dito sa ating clock. Alam naman natin, veterano din si Limbo of the game.
The lone goal scorer of this match, Troy Limbo, 39th minute.
And with Limbo again, as we said, he does have about 2 goals already in this season.
68th minute of the match. And it is still 1-0 for United City. Stallion naghahabol rito. They are number 3 in the league table. And for more, let's send you over first to Naj Miravalles for this report.
Clara and Levi, Dimitri's parents are actually here watching today, and I got the chance to speak with his mom, Mrs. Darlene Uy Limbo. 6 years old pa lang daw, a coach from Cagayan de Oro already saw the potential in Dimitri. Kaya he really invested his time to help develop him, and at the age of 11, Dimitri already got a full athletic scholarship with LaSalle Green Hills. Actually, coming from a business-minded family, originally that was what they wanted for Dimitri. Pero ang puso daw talaga ng 25-year-old midfielder ay nasa football, at ang hiling na lang ng parents niya is to do his best in this path he has chosen for himself. Gentlemen.
Wow. There you go. Troy or Dimitri Limbo. Dimitri is given name. So a correction lang, no, Levi, from what my records say. 1 goal na si Troy Limbo in this season also. From what we saw earlier, tapos 2 assists in this season. Bilang winger, of course, he's been able to create scoring opportunities for his teammates.
Forzuelo aangat rito as this is an offensive possession for UCFC. Hartman, lots of space in the left. Limbo inside, masyadong masikip, gathered by Cortez. What a story itong si Troy Limbo nga, no? Oh, what kung ikaw ba, klaro, at 11 years young, have you already figured out na anong gusto mo gawin sa buhay? As early as 6 years old, wow.
Definitely not everyone.
Placito, bola mawawala bahagya, but the support is there. Still Stallion. Searching for that equalizer. Ito na ba? And Placito, it is wide.
And it hasn't been an incredible day for Mr. Incredible. Well, that is correct what they are doing, piling up the pressure. But finishing has been letting Stallion down. They've been getting shots, pero yung on target, konti lang talaga. They haven't really forced that many saves dito kay Henry Bandeken.
It was Binny bothering Placito from his front. And then from the back, Michael Menzi as well. Napakasikip din inside that goal area for Placito to really make something. Although a foul is called here, it's going to be with Stallion once again. Silva waits for Sendra to go away.
Of course, Sandra trying to delay it, of course. Kasama yan sa laro.
They target Bedia, and now it's with Schaffner. Kontra dito kay Bugas. Bothers him just enough to delay this play. Schaffner, Bugas being physical. And it pays off as looks like Schaffner had to pull Bugas down.
Frustration kicking in right here already, but you love what you are seeing. Christian Schaffner, Pinoy, taga San Francisco. Si Paulo Bugas naman, taga Mindanao. Intensity going up.
Just about 19 more minutes here for Stallion to try and equalize. Kung ikaw naman yung United City, might as well convert the dagger. Again, Stallion, number 3 in the league table. Hindi pa nila nakakalaban yung Kaya at Cebu. Hawak pa nila yung kanilang kapalaran, but first things first, one step at a time. You play the opponent in front of you. And right now, it's not looking good. Schaffner, maaagawan rito ni Mark Hartman. And that is an obvious foul as well.
Tempers flaring here, emotions flaring. And that's expected already. You see, medyo naiinis na si Schaffner dito. So what the UCFC players try to do, of course, they try to knock him off his game. Hartman piling up the pressure.
And
Somewhat created it.
And that's the correct call to make if you're Meliton Pelayo dahil from the back, nasipa talaga yung, I think, the thigh of Mark Hartman ni Christian Schaffner.
Of course, Hartman doing it with his presence there, not bringing out any extra action, but his hard-nosed play is what led to that. Yan nga, veteran moves.
Bancole will get us restarted here. Sandra communicating from his left. Bancole goes long, pero hindi nila pwedeng ibigay kay Bugas dahil mag-offside. And slowly, mararamdaman mo if you're Stallion that the door is beginning to close. So they have to hurry up here. Placito. Scramble just outside the box. They will earn a set piece here.
I was about to say, well, there's that frustration already for them kasi nasa 72nd minute nga tayo and Stallion haven't been able to convert and use the chances that they've had. As we see, some exchanges between Placito and Sandra.
Now this area right here kung saan nila kukunin itong free kick na ito, as we have a change before that, Spence Galaza. So action for Maharlika FC in the past. Now with Stallion, a speedster from Arellano. That is the last change for Stallion as well. Again, going back to the set piece, a favorable spot here. This has some potential. It's going to be Dorado, looks like.
No Finn McDaniel, so who's gonna deliver the goods for them? Also interesting, he's on the bench but we won't see him because nagamit na yung mga subs ng Stallion is Juan Galeana Trujillo, not utilized. Often one of those men on the wings for them, but Coach Ernie, of course, has gone with his options here.
Tingnan natin kung may mapapala ang Stallion. This is a golden chance for them against basically a six-man wall, and that shot goes out. I wonder what Henry Bantecan-Fong is upset with.
I have a feeling it's the way they set up the wall.
Exactly.
Dorado in disbelief. That's been Stallion's evening in a nutshell, yung free kick or set piece na yon.
Lots of opportunities here for Stallion, couldn't capitalize. Still 1-0 here. Troy Limbo, the only difference in this match. That has been nothing short of electricity. Lots of battles in the midfield. It hasn't really opened up to an end-to-end match. Merong konting mga counter-attacks for United City. A lot of corners going Stallion Laguna's way.
Clever play there. It's from Dizon on the left wing there. Probing run.
Keeping that ball in play. Stallion manages to get it. But they lose it right away. And now, back with Stallion. Obviously, Stallion has to play with more urgency as time is starting to run out. 15 minutes plus whatever amount of added time. Bugas, ibabalik muna sa likuran. And now Bugas is down.
Tama, tandaan nga natin yung implications dito sa standings natin. A win for UCFC brings them to 18 points. They will still be in 6th place based on goal difference. But then again, makakadikit sila ng konti.
Number 5 in the league table is 1 Taguig FC. Placito. Could this be a chance? Oh, great clearance. And Paolo,
At yan nga, oo.
Bugas is down. Gives us this chance to discuss yung possession control dito.
From my feel, actually, it's been with Laguna mainly. Kita nga natin yung intensity of this game. But regardless, it's been an even one here. Shots 7-11. That's what we were talking about. UCFC also limited yung mga shots nila on target, but they made it count. It's still 2 shots apiece. And that's pretty much from where we left off nung halftime.
More attempts for Stallion, but it's really just the conversion here. They've had their looks inside, but Pedro was there. The taller between him and Bedia, of course.
May counting scissors nga din dun, but it's still not out of the clear.
Here's the cut back. Chance now. Placito, the fake. Placito again. That one took too much. Medyo na off balance na rin si Placito. Play continues. Nieras. And finally, the whistle is blown. That has got to be frustrating if you're Stallion.
Overthinking there or too much dribbling. A chance pero hindi because of the dribbling as we see here. Kita nga natin here. Takes one fake. Bodies all over the place. Testing him. Because he was taking long, naka-recover na si Nur Hidayat. And there you go. Nur Hidayat, the Indonesian veteran, getting the stop.
And I think the hesitation also came from the fact that Dorado was down. So nagdalawang isip si Placito. Akala niya, pag tinira niya, itatamaan yung likuran ni Dorado. Unless he could have volleyed it with an angle of higher elevation.
Goals have come from everywhere for Stallion this season now, but none here again. And mind you, wala nga si Finn McDaniel as he was released for the national team training camp. The men's national team of the Philippines will have World Cup qualifying matches versus Indonesia and Vietnam.
Menzi colliding with Placito. And looks like siya ang napuruhan between the two. Menzi still in pain. Play continues, but not for long. So they will take this ball out.
I think Sendra saw it going their way. That's why he opted to carry on. Pero tandaan nga natin, fair play is an unwritten rule here in football. Pero siguro naman maintindihan ni Mike Menzi kasi kakapin niya si Ricky Sendra.
We'll see that once again. Ito yung collision sa ere, Placito and Menzi. And make no mistake about it, si Mike Menzi, maskulado rin. Malaki rin ang katawan as a defender.
That's true.
Kaso si Abe Placito, just a lot taller, a lot wider and bigger, stronger, perhaps.
Yeah, but he's been pretty much neutralized kasi malaki din yung mga player, no? Ng United City FC with the likes of Newcomb, pero attacking player siya. At tapos nandun si Bini sa likod.
It's a total team effort to say the least, especially the back four for United City.
Oo, tapos nandun din si Bancole. He's got that big build. It's a strength in numbers in that aspect.
Still 1-0 here for United City. May pagkakataon pang dumagdag. Why not? Not enough numbers that time though. Babalik sa Stallion ang bola. They have about 10 minutes and change here to make something. It is not yet out of the woods for United City. It's just one goal. Just one conversion is that's all that Stallion needs right now.
Yun nga, from United City FC, there were some struggles also in this season in finding the back of the net.
Pedia inside, but not enough power for that volley. Using the left foot.
Control, something we don't question there, of course. Pero as you said, Levi, with United again, I was talking about their offense. They want that insurance goal so that they could relax a little bit. Because it ain't over till it's over. 10 minutes, a lot of time in football.
But obviously, if you're Stallion Laguna, if you eventually lose this one, this will definitely dash your title hopes. Even if hindi mo pa nakakalaban yung Kaya and Cebu, all matches count. It's just one round straight. As we have extra motion here. Pero nagmamadali na yung Stallion. They can't really afford to fall into that trap.
Tama, Hartman trying to get into their heads again. Kasi nagawa nga ni Hartman kanina, no? Versus Schaffner.
Galasa, that one ricochets of Bugas. Bugas, who has played the entirety of this contest up to this point. Understandably suffering from cramps now.
He's been hustling hard, and at the same time, whenever a team would get themselves into a scenario like this to take time off the clock and they're leading, they would, of course. If Stallion were leading, I suppose that they would do it also. We could apply that to all teams. Kita nga natin yung parang altercation of sorts. Well, but there is activity on the bench. It is possible that Ivan Owano will check in, a striker, to search for that goal.
But even then, as that is a costly error on the part of Galaza and Dorado. But even then, idadagdag pa rin ng fourth official natin dun sa final added time, yung mga lulls na ganyan.
Unforced na costly pa yung error na yun. Just giving it away. But there you go. The sub that we were talking about is Ivan Owano. At yan na confirmation natin on who will be stepping off.
Great evening here, to say the least, for Paulo Bugas. He just had an imprint all over this match.
The veteran delivering as expected. They wanted to score more goals again, but he did his job in controlling the midfield. And you love it. Applause from the UCFC supporters.
Ivan Wano back with United City. Saw some brief action for Cebu. Pero sa pagbabalik ng United City rito, bumalik na rin si Wano dito sa UCFC. Trying to bother was Silva. Placito needs to turn.
Muntik na nagana yung discarded ng UCFC sa throw-in. Nandun si Ngukam ng gugulo kay Spence Galasa. But here comes Stallion now, desperate to get one in.
Here's the lob, Dorado! Oh! They equalize! Dorado! Finally, the equalizer for Stallion!
Magson Dorado. An experienced player mula sa Thai League. Lumipat dito sa Stallion. He's a sub again, finding the back of the net. And you see, Coach Ernie is furious because you equalized. You're celebrating. Draw pa lang. You celebrate when you win, right?
Exactly, but here's a good look at that. The lob from, I believe that was Theo, and then the header. It just finds the lower left corner. Kahit matangkat ito si Bantiken Fong, hirap na rin abutin nun. Look at that. The contact made from the back of the head of Magson Dorado. We are even here, 85th minute. It ain't over till it's over. But if you're United City, you want to re-establish control here with a goal.
Tama, game on here. Stallion removing or shaking off the chains of frustration. But a draw is not enough for either team because they already dropped points early in the season. As we said, nag-drop ka na ng points, okay, bounce back. If you drop points again, you really risk your title race title race hopes.
Corner taken. That one, a downward header from Bini. Ball goes out. It will remain with United City for now. And Fred Cortez egging on his teammates.
Safety first mula kay Pavone, sending it, conceding a corner. But Placito wanted them to send it to the side para throw in at the least. Mas delikado yung corner rather than a throw in, as we know.
Sa kabilang naman ang corner dito for Hartman. Oh, that one a bit low. And that will be received by Stallion. Makakatakbo kaya rito? Looks like that one took a last touch from Dorado. Good presence of mind by Menzi.
And with Magson Dorado, lucky 7 of the season already. Tied for number 3 in the race of Stallion, but they'll take goals from anyone, anywhere to desperately get the win. And same goes, syempre, dito sa UCFC.
Hawak, sabi ng ating referee, Matt Nieras, natawagan. Masyadong clingy rito kay Newcomb. Possession stays with United. 4 minutes remaining plus added. May pagkakataon pa for both of these squads really. Sino ang makakauna or will they settle and split the points?
Nonetheless, we are getting a tight finish here as expected. Teams have lived up to it. This is quality football. Kahit dalawang goal lang, this is what it's about. Quality play on the field, quality goals. Established PFL teams going at it. I was saying earlier, baka nasana yung mga tao sa high score line, seeing goals here and there, but this is what football's about.
Great spin on that one. Oh, so close for United City. What an outstanding delivery by Mark Hartman. Just the finish was lacking.
You see Bini rising up above everybody. Buntik na dun kay Nur Hidayat, who has also scored this season.
And now a counter-attack for Stallion. Bedia, they have the numbers. 4 pink shirts inside the box. Lots of space outside the box. But bothered by Bancole. Good recovery by the black shirts and finally out of trouble.
You see that hustle nga, Levi. No championship game here, so every game counts. Kaya ganun ka-intense ito. Every game like a final, whether you're playing against a higher ranked team or lower ranked team, bottom or top of the table or sa standings.
Stallion will set it up once again. Pickering. Bumaba na ang mga player ng Stallion rito.
Great.
Dorado, the goal scorer just moments earlier. They try to connect using the ground. Placito. And now to the right flank. Inside the box. Ooh, testy moment there, but Bandican Fong eventually collects. Napuruhan pa.
Both players going hard for it there. But Bandican knows his role, and that's why he had to do that.
Trying to connect with Silva. Itong si Theo, and luckily for Bandican Fong, he was faster to that ball.
And precious minutes ticking off the clock for both teams, mind you.
Neither side will be satisfied to take home just 1 point here. Gusto nila 3 points.
Of course, but understandably here, the goalkeeper will be needing some attention, and that is part of the loss of the game, of course, or it is factored in.
Less than a minute here, and then we will get confirmation from our fourth official. We did see a considerable amount of lulls throughout the second half. So hintayin na lang natin.
Intense nga ang action, at tandaan nga natin, we still have another game to cap off this week of PFL action.
Exactly, we have Davao Aguilas UMAC going up against Loyola FC. 2 more established clubs in the local domestic football scene here in the Philippines.
Both returning, mind you, sa PFL, but they've had their grassroots programs carrying on.
Placito leaves it for Dorado, bothered by Sendra. They send it to the right once again. Here's the lob, but that will not get to a Stallion player, Bandican Fong. As it looks like we will have 6 minutes. But that is well merited given all the stoppages throughout this half. So 6 more minutes between these two sides. Counter-attack United City, not enough support. Walang bumaba. And now here's Sendra. Stallion able to establish. Forosuelo looks to his right and now to his left. Changes direction once again. Forosuelo chooses. And that one gathered by Cortez.
Promising distribution here from Freddy Cortez as expected.
It is a foot race and the volley. Oh, it's just above the bar and out. Could have been the knockout play of this match.
Theo carrying on his fine form from the last game. Lahat tayo no, naaliw dun, grabe.
And what a long ball as well by Cortez. But now a second ball here for Stallion. Dorado. Bedia, 1-2 with Dorado. It's too deep. Good clearance, albeit the risk. some technical difficulties here, but play goes on, and now the whistle. They will hold it for now. This will factor into the added time as well.
But with the flow of the game, it was favoring Laguna. Tapos bigla may problema sa ilaw. A little unforeseen.
Oh, there's a yellow card apparently. It's not just the technical issue here.
But it appears that the stoppage was because of the floodlights dimming all of a sudden. Pero mukhang ito yung yellow card nga, Levi. Yung kay Hartman, from the looks of it.
Forearm by Silva to the face of Hartman.
So mukhang kay Silva pala, hindi Hartman. From what we saw, no? But nonetheless, with the way the momentum was with Laguna, parang nagiging timeout. The timeout helps stop Laguna. Paboring UCFC dito. That breaks up the game sometimes. Of course, we don't control the lights. No one controls the lights.
Absolutely, but such a downer here given the pace of this match. Alam mong maganda rito, Claro, habang may stoppage sa laro, kagatan mo na yung 8 cuts burger mo. You have to replenish that energy.
Yan nga sinasabi ng mga tao, but here, you gotta risk it for the biscuit. Here, you risk it. It doesn't rhyme, sorry, but you gotta go for the onion ring, which goes well with the burgers. Ay nahabol yan ng mga kaibigan natin sa comment section daw.
Are you a 1/4 guy or a 1/3 guy? Doon tayo sa mas mabigat, mas nakakabusog.
That's true, depende rin sa sitwasyon na yun. But from what I saw, it stopped, or we had that stoppage about or a little over the first minute of additional time. So expect about 5 more minutes.
It's going to be United City possession after this, with a free kick, of course, to be taken just outside of their final third.
Pati si Coach Ernie, lumapit na rin getting out of his technical area. Same goes for Coach Ramon. Discussions, of course, dito sa oras natin.
At ang tinitingnan lang nila rito, of course, they just want assurance na yung nabawas na oras rito because of the stoppage, because of the lights, idadagdag din eventually dun sa +6.
Tama. So expect that we will go beyond the 6th minute of additional time or injury time. And mind you, both coaches are talking about it because a draw is not enough. Yes, you will get the extra point if we finish with the draw. +1 sa Stallion, +1 sa UCFC, but it will not be enough to stay on pace with the top-ranked teams dito sa PFL. It's 3 points that you need. Drop ball dito between the two players who were going at it. All right. It was to Silva, it seems.
Oh, it's to Silva.
Yes.
Stallion apparently with possession here.
Tama, earlier with the stoppage, it was with them, understandably. So Hartman there just to close out the angles.
More space here in the middle. Nieras to Spence. This could be a 1-2. Yes, it is. Spence Galaza, runs out of real estate.
Second time in this game. Well, the other one is a pass he couldn't control. The other one, the pass is a little too strong. But in that spell, that is the hardest or most intense I've seen Mark Hartman run in hopes of putting pressure on the opposing team.
Hartman against 3 pink shirts, mawawala. Someone interferes into the path of that ball. Placito, Silva, they form that triangle, 1-2 for Placito, but Bantic and Fong takes care of the rest.
Goalkeeper being called to action again. Definitely the busier one as of late, or in this game, mind you. But Freddy Cortez has had a crucial role, obviously, when they had to contain the UCFC waves.
And another foul here, looks like over the back from Bancole, or Bini rather.
For those wondering again, we had the lights dim a little bit, kaya medyo madilim ngayon as compared to the usual that you see. But they did sort things out with the fourth official and with the local organizing committee.
It is now at 96 minutes. We do expect this to extend for a couple of more. And umakyat na rin maging si Freddy Cortez rito. Will he take it upon himself? No, here's the pass.
Maybe we'll go to +9 at the least, no? Dahil sa stoppage, but here's some open space pretty much.
Counter-attack for United City. Hartman kick-starts this offensive. Momentarily for Ngukam, and now straight into the box. Cortez. Too much mustard, hindi na nahabol dito ni Dorado, who of course again scored the equalizer in the 84th.
This looked off onside from my perspective. You see, just inches or just a bit off dun kay Cortez, but if he nailed it, would have been different.
Bedia waited for that ball. Swerte nila rito, it's still with him, Dorado. From the outside, Silva, will he take it? He does, but it's out.
Pati yung center back nila, tumutulong na rin sa opensa, understandably, given the scenario. Then again, he did have space to shoot in that scenario, and that's why Kurt Dizon came rushing to get the stop.
This could be the final possession of the match if United City manages the clock. Bandiken Fong prepared to take the goal kick, and Coach Ramon also is telling him to relax.
Kurt Dizon again, mind you, entered this game as a sub. Not his usual role in providing offense. But he's been able to put in the dirty work for UCFC. Tumutulong in at least protecting the lead, no? Because Stallion are controlling the game and getting more chances as of late.
Placito. Not enough or not much time left here for Stallion really. Kailangan na nilang magmadali. Dorado moves that ball from right to left. Galaza back to Dorado. Where will they go to? Here is the lob. Not enough height that time. Takes a deflection. And now it's with Theo. Weaving past the defense. That one a save. And cleared by United City. That could be the match-winning save right there.
Superhero moves from Henry Bandeken. Denying the full points to Laguna. Making
United
sure Laguna
City
keep one. Or they keep one at least, Laguna and UCFC.
Foot race here is cleared by Stallion. But it will remain. And that is the final whistle. An anticlimactic finish here, to say the least, as United City and Stallion split the points.
Frustration for both teams as expected and understandably. But you love the sportsmanship. When in that intense spell, I just wanted to point out because it stood out so much. Magson Dorado had a man in him, si Nur Hidayat, again, a top defender dito sa PFL. Dorado just had that burst of pace to create another chance. But UCFC rolling the dice earlier, but Laguna getting the stop. I believe it was Gabe Silva who came up with that last-minute sliding tackle that sealed the points, or sealed a point each for them. But then again, Livmay, not enough for either team to really keep their championship hopes alive. They're still in it, mind you, but this does not help. +1 each, pero kulang pa nga again. In this perspective, it's more of the glass being empty. At kita nga natin kung kaya frustrated yung mga players natin.
You know, it's basically a story of two halves here. Sabihin na natin, the first half belonged to United City and then the second half to Stallion. But again, not enough. It's going to be just 1 point for Stallion. They will remain at number 3 with 20 points. United City still at number 6.
As we see the goal scorers, of course, Henry Bandeken, a strong candidate for man of the match, but we will wait for confirmation. Pero grabe talaga itong laro.
Let's take a look at the second half highlights here. Again, if you're just joining us, first half belonged to United City. As Placito, that shot was saved. Troy Limbo scored in the 39th. And then maya-maya makikita natin yung goal nito ni Dorado. But talk about the saves as well of Henry Bandeken Fong.
That's right. UCFC's defense were being tested, stretched, you name it. No incredible from Mr. Incredible here because of their defense. And Henry Bandican got to hold the fourth of sorts, but that was the equalizer. Kita nga natin. But again, a draw not enough for either team as Nur Hidayat came so close. A draw not enough, but sa perspective ng UCFC, medyo dehado sila because Laguna were dictating pace again. Their subs just got momentum going their way. That's why they had to just play to the scenario here. Yes, you want to score, but let's do our job first on defense.
And that, again, effectively the save that salvaged 1 point for United City. Otherwise, Stallion, maaari mong sabihin na baka nanakaw itong laro na ito. And then this was the opener, of course, scored by Troy Limbo. It was Paulo Bugas to Ricky Sendra.
First goal of the season for Limbo to add to his 2 assists.
And as we see some of the youth academy players of Loyola FC, because up next, after this, is Davao Aguilas, UMAC FC, and Loyola FC. So don't go away. But hindi pa tayo tapos sa broadcast presentation natin ng larong ito. United City FC dictated control towards the latter part of the second half, or the first half rather. Stallion playing with that sense of urgency, understandably so, able to equalize. But eventually time ran out. Hindi na kinaya for a second goal.
That's right again, di kinaya because UCFC were able to hold the fort, but that's not enough again because they wanted, not just wanted, they needed another goal. As we see our man of the match, and it's not Henry Bandican, but this guy. No surprise also when we think of it, no? I'm not gonna give the name because we'll wait for it. But strong presence, veteran presence, right? I said earlier, that's the hardest I've seen him run sa end game, no? To press Stallion.
There could have been numerous candidates for man of the match, but in the end, there's just one, of course, to really get that merit. At makikilala natin kung sino ba ang binigyan ng distinction na yan in just a short while. Will it be from Stallion or United City? Tingnan natin. Let's go to Naj Miravalles, who has the man of the match.
Thank you, Claren Levi. Here with me is the moment man of the match, Mark Hartman. With 15 passes completed, controlled the midfield and won majority of the tackles. First of all, Mark, your thoughts with the result of the game?
I think we should have been 3-0 at half-time, so I feel it's 2 points dropped. But the boys put a good shift in. Obviously disappointed to concede at the end, but yeah, we probably should have won the game, but it is what it is.
You guys really seem sharpening up, rounding into form. How does this help moving forward, especially with the tighter matchups?
Yeah, I mean, but these are the games that we got to win. Obviously, you've got to beat the other decent teams in the league. So again, it's a shame, but we go into next week again and we try to get 3 points.
Thank you, Mark, and congratulations. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Mark Hartman, moment man of the match. Back to you, gentlemen.
And as straightforward as it gets for Mark Hartman, they could have won this match. To be fair, Stallion could have won this match as well. But in the end, 1 point sila, and that's the conclusion of this match. Up next is going to be Davao Aguilas, UMAC FC, and Loyola FC, so don't go away. But for now, on behalf of our entire broadcast presentation crew here with Matchday Media, our director, Koyo Panco, my analyst, Claro Manzano, and at pitch side, Nadia Miravalles. This has been Levi Virora on the call. We'll see you at the games. Stay tuned for more. This is the Philippines Football League 2024.
People always tryna put me down on the ground, but I always be jealous 'cause I do right.